everybody. This is Taylor Holmes from THiNC, Taylor Holmes Incorporated. Today we're talking just a few minutes about language lessons. Had a blast with this one. You know already that I am a huge fan of any movie where two people sit and talk, and that is literally what happens here. You've got Mark Duplass and Natalie Morales having a conversation over Zoom. How in heaven's name can you make a movie out of that? And believe it or not, they did a fantastic job. If you are interested in other movies like this one, maybe the best obviously are going to be your before sunrise, sunset, and midnight movies. Then you also have Comet. My most recent favorite in this genre is Columbus, a brilliant movie. I cannot get enough of that movie. So if you want to check those out, if you haven't seen Before Sunrise, like I got nothing for you. But language lessons has no, it pales in comparison to the Before series, but it's still fun all the same. There's some really interesting things going on in language lessons. You have the class, nationality, stature. You've got teacher, student. You've got Hispanic, American. You've got rich, probably poorer situation going on there. There's quite a lot here that's worth thinking about. The fun I had with it though was definitely the give and take, the ups and downs of the relationship, the way in which you could tell that they had a frame and a structure, which Mark Duplass even admitted in his video for South by Southwest, which I highly recommend. I think I put it on the post for this movie. I highly recommend watching that. That is fantastic in talking through how the two of them wrote this screenplay, which they did together. I think as Mark Duplass did for The One I Love, he created a framework, and then the two of them filled it in for this movie. For The One I Love, he created a framework and then asked the screenwriter, I can't remember his name right off the top of my head, to fill in the idea and turn it into like a 50-page screenplay that became The One I Love. This was done similarly, where the two of them worked on it together to craft this movie, which is actually how was it Linkletter and oh gosh, I'm drawing a blank. The three people who pulled together the Before series, they did it via email. Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy. Yes. The three of them worked together by email to craft that story. I think that's an interesting way to do it, in that it becomes almost like an extension of themselves, and how their character or their idea of their character could play out in the story. The one main topic I really found fascinating was this white savior complex, played out. It's complicated. Adam has money, quite a lot of it. That's an amazing house and an amazing area. We don't know what she has, but I think she comes from Costa Rica, right? Probably not the kind of money he has, but he assumes a lot, right? And we assume a lot, and we're not really sure until later in the movie. I've seen that. I mentioned it in my post, but I've seen the issues of that, or the chaos of that, play out. Um, at the last organization I was with, we helped kids around the world, try to get out of poverty, or assisted them in removing them from poverty, which comes with its detractors, right? And in flying around the world several times, being in people's homes in dirt floors. There was one time when I was going into this hut in Ethiopia, and it was like sort of a two-level effect going, and it was a dirt floor, and they're little people in a little hut, and I'm a big guy, and I basically ruined. I avalanched their step by misstepping on the step, and it like all crumbled, and I felt horrible, and my friends that were with me in the hut were like, great job, you avalanched our house. Like, but that was pretty normal, right? Those kind of conditions were pretty normal for a lot of the houses I went into or visited with, but this disparity, or this difference between the haves and the have-nots, right? And what is our obligation, and what is the receiver's obligation, and I think that was a pretty interesting conversation that they brought out. I thought maybe the bar fight solution to the ex-husband beating her idea was a little lame. I don't know. I mean, it's fine. It just seemed lame. Like, she seems like a happy drunk. Like, she seems like the character, it just didn't match. I think one of those things where you just gotta, all right, we're just gonna roll with it. So it wasn't a perfect movie, but it was a lot of fun, a lot of interesting give and take, a lot of, great. I can watch, even in that video that I posted on the post, I could watch the two of them talking all day, right? They just have chemistry, and the give and take, and they're friends, and to see that come out is a lot of fun. The other day, here at my office space, we joked a lot about how our conversations are funny, and we should create a podcast out of it. So I secretly recorded one of our conversations and turned it into a podcast, just because I take things way too far. But I like that idea of that give and take, and the laughter of it, and the spontaneity of it. I almost wonder if they had ad-libbed more of it, or improved more of it. It might have even been better. Similar to the way Coherence was made. It's just an interesting idea. But I love Duplass. He mentioned in that South by Southwest video a movie that he did with Sarah Paulson, and I have not seen that. So basically, I'm doing nothing until I watch that movie, because if there's another movie similar in pace and tone to this movie, or the one I love, nothing else matters. So I'm gonna go find that one. But it was a fun little movie, fun to tear apart and think about. I do wonder, if they should make a language lessons too. Similar to how they made Before Sunset, and they didn't get the ambiguity of the ending right, like they did Before Sunrise. So they aren't in a great spot for a sequel, but they could do it. They could set them apart again through circumstances we find out during the movie. They could do a sequel. I doubt they will, because Duplass doesn't go back to movies he's done, or reinvestigate old themes or old movies he's already finished. I would love for him to go back and do The One I Love over again, but he's all about new and different, which is cool, and I like that about him. But it would be interesting to consider what a language lessons 2 would look like. Anyway, this was a fun one. Had a lot of fun with it. Really enjoyed it. But if you're looking for more movies like this one, Columbus is the one you go to next. And my computer has locked. Before Sunrise, obviously, but Columbus is the good one. Like really, like is a better match, but for language lessons, because the two people are friends and there's a little bit of an age disparity. Acting is really fantastic there, really fantastic. Walking around the city of Columbus, right, Ohio. Anyway, fantastic movie. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're all doing well. Until next time.